Today we are going to talk about how to pronounce verbs that are regular verbs in the past tense. So the past simple tense or the past participle of a verb. So we are going to work on regular verbs that end in a T or a D. Okay? For example, these are the easiest verbs because it follows a very, very simple pattern. For example, the verb to want ends in a T, so we add the ed. The verb to need ends in a D, so we add the ed. So I needed or I wanted. I needed to buy that for my friend. Or we could say, I wanted to buy that for my friend. So, if the last consonant sound of the verb is a D or a T, we are going to add id, which sounds like id. Now, it's a little bit confusing because why would it not just be id at the end instead of ed? Shouldn't we just say it like needed? Well, it makes sense to think that, but in English, we really don't say things the way that they are written most of the time. So, we pronounce ed as id. For example, I wanted. We don't want to say I wanted. We want to say I wanted. Wanted. Let's practice a few more regular verbs. So, the verb to lift, okay? The verb ends in a T. So, to lift in the past simple would be lifted. I lifted the book off the table. He lifted the book off the table. We lifted the book, a very heavy book, off the table. The verb to roast. So the verb to roast, we just add the ed because we see that the verb ends in a T. So it's super simple. I roasted the turkey in the oven. Or I roasted, there's a very informal meaning of this verb. Let's say that you are playing video games with somebody and they do really bad and you do really, really well at the game. So you would say, I just roasted you. I just won. You pretty much did terrible. I roasted you. So roasted, not ted. We don't say I roasted you. We say I roasted you. Okay. Next verb is to wait. So it ends in a T. So we would add the id sound, the id sound. I waited for you all night long. Where were you? He waited for her all night long. Where was she? The next word is frost. To frost. That's the verb. So what would we do if we wanted to say something in the past tense, the past simple tense? So I beep the cake. What would we say? Hopefully you said, I frosted the cake. I frosted the cake. I frosted the cake yesterday for the birthday party. The next one is to decide. He beep quickly yesterday. He decided quickly yesterday. He decided quickly. Pretend. Okay, so this one right here, decide. So we are focusing on the last consonant sound being a D or a T. Don't worry about the vowel at the end. So I know that decide ends in an E, but we don't care about the vowel sound. We usually just drop that vowel sound anyways. Okay, and the last one is to pretend, which ends in the letter D. What about this? She beep to know English, but they could all tell she was not a native English speaker. So she pretended to know English, but they could all tell that she was not a native English speaker. I want to help you be a native English speaker, as native as you possibly can be. So, once again, for regular verbs that end in the consonant sound T or D, if we are trying to talk about the past simple, we add the ed to the end, which sounds like id. And also, if we want to know the past participle, it's the same thing. So I had lifted that, but it broke anyways. I had needed to go to the store, but I didn't have to after all. So these are just some examples of regular verbs that are pretty simple in conjugating to the past tense. Okay, thank you so much. I will see you later. Bye.